What's up, guys? Welcome to the 360 podcast. This episode is Derek and and I figured that we might as well just tell you guys now, just straight up front. Wilbur is no longer with us, just some various issues, but Wilbur's just no longer part of the 360 staff. So, changes in the staff that will be taking place over the next couple weeks, probably. But yeah, so Derek, how have you been?
I'm okay. How you been?
I have been pretty good, pretty good.
Pretty good. Good.
Yeah, so we'll jump into good old currently playing. What am I currently playing? A lot of Minecraft on the Xbox. I had an open lobby today. That was really fun. And I don't really know what else I'm playing. I just got into Fun Run. I have not really played it much, but I just came upon it. So Minecraft, a little bit of Fun Run, and a little bit of Black Ops 2 multiplayer with a couple people.
Now, is Fun Run like an iOS game, or is that like an X?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an iOS game. What have I been playing? Well, on Xbox, I've been playing Assassin's Creed Brotherhood because I'm trying to complete it. That's the only Assassin's Creed game that I haven't beat yet, so I'm trying to finish that one piece at a time. And on iOS, I came across this new game. The name is really funny. It's called Angry Grandma Run. This is like Temple Run combined with like some old lady running. It's a really addicting game after a while, so I recommend you guys download it. It's free on the App Store, so definitely check that game out.
Alright, so I'm looking up on the App Store now. So I guess we'll start off with the first thing, which is this new app called Vine. Which, for those wondering how to explain it, it's like a video sharing app where you basically record small clips to make a slightly longer video. I'm not sure. Do you know how long they can be? Aren't they usually like under 30 seconds?
I think it can be like 30 seconds, maybe up to maybe like a minute, maybe.
Yeah, but they're basically meant to be just, small clips.
Yeah, nothing that you can post on YouTube or anything, but
Yeah. So it reminds me of, even though they're not the same thing, a lot of Cinegram, the GIF making app.
yeah.
Which is what I use. I'm assuming that's because it's not the same thing, but it is similar. But there have been other apps in the past that have tried to basically be the short video maker, basically video for not Instagram, but basically just a short video maker.
Yeah, I think what Vine does, I think half of it's run by Twitter, so it's automatically integrated to Twitter.
Yeah.
If I'm reading that right. So it takes that step of configuration, which some people just don't want to do. I could see like people that use Twitter use the integrated Twitter picture sharing thing because it's integrated. I think with Vine, if it's integrated to Twitter, I think that it gives more people, it allows more people to use it without the necessary configuring and having to worry about if you use this app with this service, what spam is gonna occur in whoever follows your Twitter feed. I think that cuts a lot of that out.
Yeah. I think a big reason that some of the other services in the past, like Vine, have like come up for like a week and they're like cool and then they fade away is mainly because they use their own network, and so like you basically install this new app and you don't know anybody else that uses it, and it's like, well, I don't really have a reason to use this. But since Vine is it's integrated so well with Twitter, you already have all of your followers on there.
Yeah, and what's good, what Instagram did right with making Instagram is that they kind of already knew that this wouldn't be popular already on just using their network, so it was important to branch out into Twitter and Facebook to get people to know about the service, and then once people know about the service, have them, post all their things into to the Instagram network, and then also have them able to spread it around to other social networks.
Yeah. So, do you have Vine yourself? Are you a Vine user?
I haven't signed up yet, but I've seen a few followers of mine use it, and so far, I think it will work well for. I think it ushers in that new category on Twitter of video tweets because you could easily fit a 140 character message in maybe a little Vine clip.
Yeah, I haven't signed up either. I really, I just don't really like doing the whole short video thing. It's just not for me. I like Instagram. I love Instagram, but
Yeah, I do
I don't
too.
know. I just don't. I would never take out my phone and record something for like Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, unless like I heard it a few times, it was really interesting, but most of the video sharing stuff I either post on Facebook because a lot of my friends use it, and Facebook and like something like Google Plus is more meant for all around types of sharing rather than just
Right.
photos on Twitter.
All right. So I guess we can move on to the next thing. Um, so the next topic is the fact that now it is officially illegal to unlock your phone, unlock your phone through the carrier or on your own, I guess, um, while you're still in contract. Now, the first time I heard this, I was not aware of the second part of that, of it's illegal while you're still on your contract. So at first, I was kind of mad. I was like, wait, so you can't unlock your phone, like, even if you're not on contract anymore, if that made any sense. But then I found out that, oh, okay, if you're still in contract, you can't unlock. Which, I mean, it makes sense. I guess that's half the reason you signed a contract. But what are your thoughts on it?
Well, first of all, like I didn't really see this coming because really, like the way the phone carrier makes you sign up for a contract, it kind of gives you that leeway, like halfway through your contract to upgrade your phone. And most
Hmm.
people don't do that because they really don't know when. So, I was kind of surprised to hear about the unlocking thing because I know a lot of people do it. I know a lot of people do it to, run an iPhone on T-Mobile or take a Galaxy S3 that's made for AT&T and put it on T-Mobile or vice versa. But yeah, it was kind of surprising to me that now it's now illegal as of today. Actually, I think it starts today. That it's illegal to
Yeah.
unlock your phone. But I want to know is that since it's illegal, is like the FCC or whoever's in charge of that is going to go after the jailbreak community a little bit more than just giving them. Well, I wouldn't say go after them, but I wouldn't be surprised if like some apps get like takedown notices because they give you that feature to unlock your phone.
Yeah, exactly.
And I also and yeah, that's basically my point. But I wasn't really too surprised by it, but because I think carriers can make a little bit of money. I think it's like $30. You can unlock your phone via the carrier. And what's good about that is that I don't think you even need to have a phone number. I think they just need to just unlock it for you, which it kind of makes sense because if you don't unlock your phone, if you do it yourself and something went totally wrong with it, it's your fault. But if they unlocked it for you and something went wrong after they unlocked it, it's kind of the carrier's fault. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Um, Now I'm assuming that still buying unlocked phones, that's still like fine, right?
yeah, I mean I think what this new law it goes for is taking a locked phone to a carrier. Like say there's like um the Nexus 4 for T-Mobile, the T-Mobile branded for Nexus 4, but then putting some software on it to unlock it to work on AT&T. I think that's what it's meant to do, but I think you can still buy unlocked devices through Amazon and stuff. I think what they should do is that if you have an unlocked phone, they should not charge you for an activation fee because it's unlocked. I think that's what they should do, but that's just me.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, apparently like this has been announced for a while, and we've been on like a 90-day period of like basically you have 90 days until this law actually kicks in. It was just today that it actually kicked in. Um, so yeah, moving on to the next thing, which is the Jobs movie. So it's called featuring Ashton Kutcher. So I found this off of Mac Rumors, but apparently there was like the first screening of the movie sometime earlier on this week,
Hmm.
and I guess people were saying that it's not as creative as it should be for a movie that's based on Steve Jobs. It should be much more creative, apparently. So, I mean, I obviously have not seen anything related to the movie yet. When does the movie come out again?
I'm not sure if it comes out everywhere, but I heard something like April 20th, somewhere around there. It comes out
It's a lot sooner than I was thinking.
everywhere, but I'm not sure if that just means you can you can go see it in movie theaters, but I don't know if they specify what theaters can show it because I know it's an independent film rather than a big studio. So I don't know if that means you can go see it at these select theaters, or if you can't, or if that means you can see it, but you can also buy it on DVD as well. But I'm not really too sure what that means. Um, I saw like a little trailer for it on Yahoo Movies the other day, and for some reason, Ashton Kutcher does a really good job playing a young Steve Jobs. Surprisingly, I mean, it's kind of like scary because he has that, the face is kind of the same and everything. It's
Mm-hmm.
just the way the
Exactly.
hairstyle is and just everything just kind of just works.
It's
Um,
funny how I mean he looks identical to the younger Steve Jobs.
yeah. So another thing, but saying it's not really creative, you have to give them credit for at least trying. I mean, I think they actually bought Steve Jobs' childhood house. So you gotta give them some credit. They're trying to be as creative as they can, but they don't have a lot of money to do the most creative things that a studio would do. So, I won't be the judge that say it's not creative until I've seen the movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either or anything of it. So I mean, at the end of the day, I would rather them have just waited. I mean, take as much time as they need to just get it right,
Yeah.
rather than pushing it out quick, which it seems like it's coming out relatively fast.
Yeah, I mean, I remember like in like last year, like around like May, they just started like getting money together, and then like a month later, they started, getting all their actors, and and then starting filming, and then it's like, wow, it's already done. So I think they rushed it a little bit, but I'm not the judge of that.
Yeah.
Did you see the thing on what was it, Mac Rumors or something, that Steve Wozniak was gonna like be in the movie, but he read the script and thought it was complete shit, so he didn't like want to be in the movie anymore.
I heard that, but I did not know that it was actually true. Like I thought someone was just joking.
Yeah, like he came out and said that I was gonna play Steve Wozniak as Steve Wozniak, and I think Ashton Kutcher was still gonna be Steve Jobs, and I guess Steve Wozniak read an early version of the script and thought it was complete crap, so he just cut himself out of the movie all completely.
Wow.
I
This
know it's
movie's not shaping up too great.
yeah.
But we'll see what happens. I mean, I have no idea. So
Yeah, I'm personally I like independent films because it's a very there really are some really good independent movies, but I think in like 2016 or like 2014 there's gonna be a Steve Jobs official movie made by like the same guy that made The Social Network. So
oh, okay.
we'll have to compare apples to apples when that comes out.
But yeah, I guess that would probably make a little more sense.
Yeah.
So then moving into the last thing, which is the Xi3 piston. This kind of goes back into last week when we were talking about the SteamBox. Um, so the Xi3 piston was at CES, and I believe that's like the first SteamBox, quote quote, that has been shown across all of the different developers that are working on one. Um, so the piston is like this small, it could probably fit in one hand, um, box that's basically a tiny computer, but a very, very powerful computer at that. So, yeah, so Derek, what are your thoughts on the piston?
On the piston, well, I didn't really know about it until like a few seconds ago, until like I read what we're talking about. But like what you're saying is true, that they're like They took like a very small case and built a really small computer, but it's powerful. I think if this succeeds, I think this will pave like a new device to hook up to the TV that is able to play really high resolution games, but also have the power of a computer at the same time. Because if you look at consoles, you really are limited to what's available to the console, like Xbox Live games, Xbox Live Arcade, the Xbox Live demos. But this is an actual computer that can run. It'd be really cool if it could run Windows or Linux or something and still play Steam games. You can just download a whole bunch of games. You can install games. I'm guessing through either a USB drive or a CD drive, and you can just install your games and play them on this little computer and just have the best of both worlds all in one. Do you know if it has like any type of controller or anything, or if it's controlled by like your iPhone, or do you have to still play for mouse and keyboard or whatever?
I believe it's mouse and keyboard, but the whole SteamBox idea is mainly, it's actually like more of an OS. I mean, it is Linux based, but
Mm-hmm.
Valve's main purpose for this is to like say, okay, like you can run this special OS. Like any developer could run this special OS as long as their hardware meets these minimum requirements. So that basically they could, like anybody could a play with a SteamBox on pretty much anything using a mouse and keyboard. But at the same time, I think in a couple more years or a little later down the road, Valve wants to have the SteamBox, like you can basically, similar to OnLive,
Oh, okay.
stream your game off of like anything. So like an Android phone, a tablet, obviously like a monitor, a TV, like basically just use it off of anything.
Yeah, I do like the idea. The one thing that it would me by is that if you can plug in, if it had a full size USB port and you can just go buy a controller off a Best Buy or Amazon and just plug it in and play games using a controller like a console experience. Because to me, if you want to hook up your gaming PC to a TV, like a TV in your living room, you kind of want to sit on
Yeah.
the couch and
You
play,
don't want a mouse and keyboard.
not like be on the floor playing with a mouse and keyboard. But yeah, it sounds like a really good idea. I'm interested in it. I'm kind of more interested in the fact of what you were saying, that it might turn into a non-live type thing, because on live I thought was pretty cool how they could take any game and stream it over the internet. So Valve has the potential, and obviously they have the people to make this a reality. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next couple months.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see where it goes, but I really want to wait to get into it. Probably when it's more developed, when there's like an actual controller,
Yeah.
or if you're playing on your phone, like at that point when you know what the controller is like.
I think it would be more compelling to everybody if they could keep the price cheaper than the Xbox. Maybe the Xbox and the PS3. Maybe what does the Xbox go for? What, $299? Maybe $299, $399. Maybe if
Yeah,
they can
yeah,
start one off, maybe at $99, that has the basic things. Maybe you just get the device and maybe a few demos, and then you have to supply your own mouse and keyboard. If they can start out low at maybe $99 and then work their way up to 200, that includes the controller, a few games,
yeah.
cable, all the cables you need. So I think they can do it. I'm really excited to see.
I was just about to talk about the price. Apparently, like at least as far as the Piston goes, it would not be cheap at all. They're saying that just from the looks of it now, it would be starting at about like $599. It can go up to almost a grand, depending on what they decide to put into it. Because the Piston specifically is like has a lot of really high-powered hardware inside of it. So that's the reason behind that one. But Valve is obviously going to have their own one, and other developers. So we'll see how their hardware turns out.
And even if it did cost like the same price as an Xbox or a PS3, I think it would make it more of a good deal. Is that if they include maybe a free, maybe once you buy your Steam box or whatever they decide to call it, for $3.99, it came with everything you needed, but also came with a free year of Steam, or even at least a month. Or when you have the month, you can get like maybe a full subscription for Steam at a discount price. So it doesn't feel like you're getting totally ripped off at the end, but.
When you say like a subscription, is in like a subscription to what exactly on Steam?
Like I thought, like to play on Steam, you needed to like pay like X amount of dollars a month to have access to all the
Oh
games.
no.
Oh, okay. I thought that's how it worked because I never used it. I just seen people use it.
Yeah, that would make sense. Like if Steam was a subscription thing, you
Yeah,
get
I
a
thought that's
certain
what it
amount.
was, but
But no, it's just a marketplace that has a lot of good deals. But I mean, I can see that like if you on the other end instead of a subscription, like they would say, okay, we'll give you X amount of dollars to spend on your first games on Steam.
yeah, like if it gave maybe like when you bought the Steam box, maybe it came with like a maybe a $15 or $25 gift card to the Steam store, and you can just buy all the games you wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
But
But you're
yeah,
gonna have to think of some sort of incentive because if they do price it at the same amount or above the Xbox and PS3, they're gonna need something to say this is why we're better.
yeah, and I think what sets Steam apart from everything else because unlike Xbox and PS3, I think a lot of multiplayer gamers will go to it because it doesn't have like dedicated servers or whatever.
Yeah, Steam does.
Yeah, so like if you're playing Call of Duty, you would have you have your own dedicated server for your game, rather than relying on somebody's connection. So,
Yes, I
brings a
believe
better
so.
multiplayer experience for everybody. So,
What was I gonna say? Um, but yeah, that's what I was about to say because if it is prices about the same as an Xbox or the other consoles, um, I think like geeks will see the value in it of because like we know how much better deals are on Steam compared to in other places.
hmm
But the average person, and I guess the average gamer, probably doesn't know much about Steam at all, and if they even know Steam exists or what it is, they won't see how it's any better than an Xbox.
yeah, I think what will make the Steam box sell is that like because like you said, Steam, I believe they have a good collection of games. I think most of all the console games that you can buy on the Xbox are available on Steam. And
Yeah,
from
just
what I
about.
heard, I think they're like significantly cheaper because they're a download. I think they're like $15 maybe. I'm not really too sure on the pricing, but I think what Valve needs to do is that they need to explain this is the Steam box. These are how much our games cost. These are the savings you're gonna have year over year rather than just buying Xbox games and then
Yeah,
putting a good price on it. But I'm excited. I always wanted to try Steam, but I never really had a good enough computer to really
yeah, me neither.
play it. And besides, I'm not really too good
It's
with
a
the
PC
keyboard and
thing.
mouse.
But yeah, I mean, Steam does have a lot of really good deals, especially on the holiday times. I think as far as like brand new blockbuster titles go, I think it's around the same $60. Sometimes a lower, about $10.
Okay.
But once the game has been out for a little while, they'll start dropping the price more than like retail stores will. In some cases, they actually have like the deal. Like if you wanted a game that's on the Mac App Store and it's also on Steam, Steam usually is going to have a better deal. Um, but yeah, so I
Yeah.
think that's pretty much it. Unless you have anything else you want to talk about.
No, I'm good.
So thanks for listening, everybody. We will talk to you guys next week, and that's gonna do it.
See you later.